What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Rome back with DFS Greatness. Let's get to it, man. Before I start my video, slap that like on the page, subscribe to my channel. Let's get to it. About last night, man. I had a fantastic lineup. Everything looking good. Brunson played 2 minutes, got hurt like I think on the first play. Lineup was terrible. I think I hit like 282. Everything was good, but I wasn't able to cash. But it's the life of DFS, man. If you had Ben Simmons last night or Brunson, you probably didn't cash. But injuries happen. That's a part of playing, man. Let's get to it. I'm at the point guard today. There's a lot of value out there in point guard. You already know the injuries. Dame Lillard, Russell, both out. Point guards you want to go with. Definitely want to have exposure to CJ McCollum on DraftKings. He's averaging 35.3 fantasy points a game. He's got a 31% usage rate with Dame Lillard off the court. He's $1,400 cheap on FanDuel, so I definitely like the FanDuel price for him. His price tag 8,400 to hit value. He needed just around 36.4. That's 4.3 times value if you want to go the direction of him today in a good matchup against Detroit. And another guy that I want to have a lot of exposure to, and I feel like Kyle Larry and Chris Paul are both in good matchups. I just feel like they're just overpriced. I'm not feeling the price for Chris Paul today, 8,200. I feel like there's a lot of other value at point guard you can go. And Kyle Larry, I just feel like they bumped them up a tad bit. I'm not, gonna have exposure to those guys, man. And the point guard I definitely like is Jamal Murray at the 7,700. He's averaging 33.9 fantasy points a game in a good matchup going against Minnesota with 26% usage rate. He's averaging 37 points going against Minnesota. He needs 37.3 fantasy points. It's 4.8 times value. It's $100 cheap on FanDuel. Definitely like that. Definitely like that guy tonight. Another point guard you can put your eye on. He's been playing pretty good. It's Lonzo Ball at 7,300, averaging 33.4 fantasy points a game. Last 3 games, 34, 36, 34, 19% usage rate. He's got 1,100 cheap on FanDuel. Lonzo, he's filling a stat sheet, but 8 team is at full strength now. They got Zion back. Nobody's hurt, so they're gonna go the direction with him. One of my favorite plays is 6,000. Now this is a reasonable play. Devontae Murray tonight, man. I love him. He's 6,000. He's been on a tear, man. 46, 43, 38. He's averaging 27.2 fantasy points a game with a 20% usage rate. His minutes all kept playing around 30 minutes a game, man. I like him a lot. Last game against OKC, he dropped 43 fantasy points. I like this guy. That's why I said, like, it's more value at point guard today instead of paying up for, like, Kyle Larry or Chris Paul as Devontae Murray, guys like that. And another guy I like, too. I told you guys Thomas Stellaransky last night, man, but he was like terrible at 5,300. So I don't know what's going on, but Kobe White, man, 5,200. Thomas Stellaransky is 5,300, but a guy I like is Kobe White, 5,200. Kobe White, man, last game he had 43 fantasy points with a 24% usage rate. He's playing 30 minutes a game. He's playing starters minutes, man. Eventually, this guy's gonna be the starting point guard. He's balling out, man. Last game against when he played Washington, he dropped 39 fantasy points, $700 cheap on FanDuel. I definitely like Kobe White a lot. Do not see where I'm playing this guy. And with the D'Angelo Russell news at 4,300, Jordan McLaughlin, I definitely like him. I definitely like a guy that's going to start. The usage is key. That's why I'm probably going to have a lot of exposure to him tonight. He's averaging just around 17.4 fantasy points a game. When he get the start, 24% usage rate. Definitely like him. He's $300 cheap on FanDuel, and $300 more. You got Jordan Poole. They already say he's going to be starting. You want to play him in your lineup? I like him a lot too. Going against New Orleans, he's playing around 30 minutes a game. He's $200 cheap on FanDuel at 4,600. He need around 18 fantasy points to get 4x, man. A lot of people always wondering, like, what do 5x mean? What do 6x mean? This all you do when you find that out. Okay, say for instance, you get a player who's 8,300, you times it by 5, and you're like, boom, that's like 5x. A lot of people don't know what that means, but that's a part of DFS. You learn over time how you get the exposure to the player and just how much the value is. A lot of people don't know about the value. If you get like a bare minimum guy, 3,000. Like I told you guys, go get Gafford last night, man. It was a good play, 3,000. You built your team around him. Value plays are the key to get to the bag and win, man. That's all you gotta do. But definitely, I'm gonna have Jordan McLaughlin, man. I like him a lot. I just like the value. He's so cheap, man. These two guys at the top, man. You got Brad Beal and Zach LaVine, man. The highest shooting guards of the slate. Um, I'm loving Zach LaVine tonight. Last games going against Washington, he's averaging 53 fantasy points, man. Last night, if you played him, he was terrible. But things happen. It's the NBA. He's not gonna play good every game. He's $400 more on FanDuel at the price tag. Diamond 100 projected tonight getting around 42.2 fantasy points, 4.6 times value, with 32% usage rate. Definitely like Zach LaVine tonight, a fantastic matchup. Bulls ranked 27 against the shooting guard 28. And he's averaging 1.2 fantasy points per minute, man. That's crazy. Zach LaVine is a fantasy machine, just like putting up points, putting up numbers, man. Like I told you, he should have made the All-Star, but he wasn't that good. And another guy, at 8,000, you definitely got him. He's in a good matchup too. Andre Wiggins, Draymond Green is already out. I think he's doubtful. I don't think he's playing today, so it's more useful for Wiggins. Wiggins is averaging just around 37.6 fantasy points a game with a 29% usage rate. Last three games going against New Orleans, averaging 40 fantasy points. He's $200 cheap on FanDuel. And in the same game, you got Drew Holiday. If you want to pivot, go $200 cheaper. Drew Holiday, man, 35 minutes a game with 25% usage rate. Last three games going against Golden State, averaging 44 fantasy points. He's $400 more on FanDuel at 7,800. You want to go play him. My favorite other plays I like too. This guy right here, man, Beasley, man. I don't know if this is gonna be motivating him. This is the team that traded him to a terrible team, not gonna make the playoffs. But I definitely like the price tag for him, Beasley. At 5,800, averaging 16.2 fantasy points a game. And Beasley, since he got traded, man, this guy has been like really just balling, man, just doing everything he need to do, just taking shots. And the key, man, is starting and getting the minutes. 37, 42, and 24. He's $600 cheap on FanDuel with 21% usage rate. A lot of people gonna play him tonight with no D'Angelo Russell on the floor. It should be a good game. Still sitting at 223 total. At the end of the day, I don't predict blowouts. It's the NBA. Grown man go goddamn ball. And then the guy I like a lot too at 5,400, I like Will Barton. I like Will Barton tonight going against Minnesota. He's $200 more on FanDuel. He need around 31 fantasy points at 6x. This price tag for Will Barton is incredible cheap, man. 5,400. I definitely like the price tag a lot for him. I do not see wrong with playing him. Like I mentioned earlier, Kobe White, I love him tonight, man. And Jordan Poole, I like him. That's about it. At the cheap players, you can put a GPP dart in Derek White. Been playing pretty good. 4,200, 27, 37, 24 fantasy points, 18% usage rate. I definitely like him a lot, man. But the shooting guard, I'm going to go with, man, I love him a lot, man, and CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum and Zach LaVine, my two favorite, but I'm going to definitely have some exposure to both of those guys. I'm at the small forward position. One of the guys I like is Brandon Ingram. Other night he got in foul trouble, but I definitely like him going against Golden State. Averaging 46 fantasy points going against Golden State on FanDuel. He's $1,400 cheaper, so go with him on FanDuel compared to DraftKings. He's way cheaper on that site. He costs more on FanDuel. My bad. He's very cheap on DraftKings. And another guy, Delano Gallinari, at 6,300. I'm going against the Spurs. He's averaging 32 fantasy points against the San Antonio with a 25% usage rate. He's $500 cheaper on FanDuel. Definitely like that FanDuel price. If you want to go cheap, you got Eric Pascal tonight, 4,400 with no Draymond Green. Definitely like him. You want to put him in your lineup, man. He's a good basketball player. Yes, definitely like him, man. He need around 23 fantasy points. It's 5x. It's $200 cheap on FanDuel. Definitely like him a lot. But the guy I'm gonna rock with tonight, I definitely like Will Barton, man. That's my guy. And at the power forward position, you got Demonis Sabonis. I just don't like the price tag, man. 9,800 for him is just I just feel like it's too expensive. And going against Toronto, he need around 41 fantasy points. That's just 4x. He's $1,900 cheap on FanDuel, so you might want to go him on FanDuel. And another guy I like a lot tonight. I like Zion Williams at 8,500. I know the other night, man, Zion wasn't good, but he's getting new to the NBA and everything. He's averaging 36.1 fantasy points tonight. And Zion will do a little bit of everything, man. He rebound. Zion's a real good player. If you want to go the direction with Zion tonight. And my favorite power forward tonight, I feel like this is too cheap for him, is LaMarcus Aldridge, man. 3 games against OKC, last 3 games, he averaged 51 fantasy points. He's $100 more on FanDuel with 23% usage rate. He need 38 fantasy points. It's 5x, $100 more on FanDuel. Definitely like him a lot tonight, man. I think he's a good matchup. Like him a lot. And if you want to go cheaper tonight at 7,400, you definitely got Christian Woods tonight. He's averaging 22.6 fantasy points a game. I'm going against Portland. Last 3 games, 37, 49, 21. He's $100 cheaper on FanDuel. So the FanDuel price speaks for itself. And on 5,600, like I told you, no Dame Lillard, Melo. It doesn't feel like it's a cheap price tag. He just needs 28 fantasy points. That's 5x for Melo. He hit value. Definitely like it tonight, man. Melo, 27% usage rate last game with no Dame Lillard on the court. Definitely like Melo a lot. You still got Watch It Hachimura. Last game against Chicago, he dropped 37 fantasy points. He's $200 more on FanDuel. But for the power forward, I'm gonna go lock in. I'm gonna lock his LA tonight. Okay, at the center, you got the highest price center tonight is Jokic. He's sitting at 10,200. A lot of people gonna play him tonight. He's in a good matchup. No Towns. He's $300 more on FanDuel. 27% usage rate. 10,000. He need around 46 fantasy points and 4.6 times value. 27% usage rate. But my center I like tonight is Hassan Whiteside. Man, I love him tonight going against Detroit. $700 cheap on FanDuel. He's averaging just around 42.4 fantasy points a game. 24% usage rate last game with no damn Lillard. Definitely like him tonight. He need 43 fantasy points. Is 4 times value. I like him a lot, man. This is my guy. I like Steven Adams, man. Last 3 games, 57, 37, 35. He's been balling, man. They put his price tag up, but I'm cool. I'll pay that for him. Not sit wrong with playing. They're paying that price tag. He's $500 cheap on FanDuel. And if you did go cheap, man, for a center, Miles Turner, I always like playing this guy, man. You just never know what guy you're gonna get. You might get a Miles Turner go off, you might get an average Miles Turner, but I'm cool paying 5,000 for Miles Turner tonight. If I ever did go cheap, that's about it, man. Keep an eye on Cornette tonight. If he don't play, you definitely go back to the well with Goddard tonight against Chicago. I mean, against Chicago. But my center I love tonight is Hassan Whiteside, man. And I'm gonna give you some sleeper plays I did not mention. Okay, that's about it, man. Derek White, I mentioned that guy, Jordan McLaughlin, Eric Pascal, Jordan Poole, OG Onobi. There's a lot of good players out there tonight, man. Until next time, this is your boy Ron back with DFS Greatness. Like the page, you can comment, put your favorite play in the comment section, and let's just talk basketball, man. Until next time, I'm out. Like my page, subscribe to my channel. Good luck, everyone.